Good afternoon, dear colleagues. We continue our working day, and now I give the floor to Presidential Administration spokesman on ATO-related issues, Colonel Oleksandr Motuzyanyk. Good afternoon, dear friends. Now the information on the events in the ATO area during the last 24 hours. In Lugansk area, there were 2 enemy shellings. Near Stanitsa Luganska in the evening, there was firing for 1.5 hours, and the enemy used APC. Near Novotashkovsky in Bakhmutsk highway, there was a mortar shelling from the side of the occupants in Donetsk area. Mainly all the shellings were mortar shellings delivered by the enemy, and they launched about 140 mines at our positions. These are the mines of 82mm and 120mm mortar shellings. And along the front line, there were enemy shellings from Lugansk to Opetne. In many instances, the militants were active during the dark hours, and on the whole, there were 10 enemy shellings in Donetsk area. In Mariupol area, there were actions to the north in Mariinsky and Volnovasky region. Near Krasnogorivka, there was a mortar shelling delivered by the militants, and in Novotroitsk, snipers were active. On the whole, during the last 24 hours in Mariupol area, there were 9 enemy shellings. Also, yesterday there were 6 flights of enemy drones in the Donetsk area. During the last 24 hours, in the result of the military actions, 1 Ukrainian serviceman was killed and 2 were wounded. These losses were sustained by ATO forces in the Donetsk area. According to the Chief Intelligence Department of the Ministry of Defense of Ukraine, losses of the enemy are 2 killed and 6 wounded. These are the militants from 2 divisions of DPR that were active in the Avdiivska production area and also on a highway in Novoazovsk-Mariupol. And Ukrainian servicemen seized modern infantry fire launcher MROA that was introduced in service in Russia in 2003. This shows and provides the evidence of supply of Russian equipment to the mercenaries in the east of Ukraine. Also, they continue to supply fuel to the militants. 5 tanks, 4 APCs, 2 Grads, and 2 self-propelled artillery units, and 4 railway cars with ammunition, and 3 tanks with diesel fuel came to Kharkiv station, and also 9 railway trunks and with diesel fuel came to Ilovaisk station. Police officers in Konstantinovka detained the militant. From February till June 2015, he served in DPR, and he served at checkpoint near, at that time it was placed near Shirokina, and he wasn't paid for his activity, and he fled to Russia. Ukrainian servicemen improved their skills. The Marines Division won in a sniper competition held by Marine Forces of the Armed Forces of Ukraine. Snipers demonstrated their skills of hiding, masking, and movement, overcoming the barriers, coordination of the actions in group, and also good level of tactical and firing skills. The majority of the participants of the competition took part in ATO operation, and Black Berets will participate in all army sniper competition. And also, the 3rd group of Ukrainian field engineers completed their training under supervision of the military instructors from Canada. The servicemen trained in Kamenets-Podilsky were trained in collecting evidence, investigating the site of explosive device, and also deactivating the sophisticated self-made explosion devices. Thank you. This is all information. Do you have some questions? Thank you, Colonel. Do you have questions? If there are no questions, this is the end of press briefing. Thank you. Dear colleagues, in the next And the last press briefing is at 2 p.m.